No. I saw someone moving here. Yes, I did. The member from Newmarket, Aurora.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, rogue agencies in this government continue to gorge themselves at the expense of taxpayers, while their ministers and the Premier stand by and sing their praises. I want to ask the Minister of Infrastructure about Metrolinx, his favourite spend-hungry and bloating agency. This is an agency, Speaker, where the number of employees on the Sunshine List increased by more than 50% last year, where the more than 3,000 employees not only get free Metropasses, but get a free guest pass in addition. And if you're an executive, along with that free Metropass, you get 10 additional guest passes. And what do transit users and taxpayers get in response from Metrolinx? They get fare increases, and they get recommendations to increase an arsenal of taxes, including a new 10-cent per litre gas tax.
Question.
Speaker, what do the minister's speaking notes tell him to say in defense of this agency, and why he, as a minister, has failed in his responsibility to hold them accountable?
Thank you. Minister of Transportation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. This is the Metrolinx, that for the first time in Canadian history won the apt award over all Mexican, American, and other Canadian transit authorities, the best run, best managed, best public service transit authority in North America, and is ranked the best. I am enormously proud of Mr. Pritchard and Mr.
The member from Simcoe Grey, the member from Leeds Grenville, and the member from Durham will come to order. Oh, you whispered it. I caught you. I caught you.
Let me answer the member from Simcoe Grey, Mr. Speaker. What did it cost? It cost thousands of hours of work, sweat, time, people who work overtime during floods, during difficulties, when rails get washed out, to ensure that it is safe and everyone gets home. It costs people and families who, quite frankly, Mr. Speaker, we have a staff that works overtime and tirelessly, and it costs their families the commitment of public service, Mr. Speaker. We're darn proud of Metrolinx. We're down proud of our employees, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary.
Well, Speaker, whether it's Orange or eHealth, whether it's gas plants or Hydro One or green energy, or whether it's Pan Am Games, or whether it's Metrolinx, there isn't a file under the watch of this government that isn't blotted with scandal and incompetence. And now we're told that Metrolinx isn't satisfied with its executive suites and are spending an estimated $40 million on new opulent office suites at Union Station. I'd like to know from the minister, can he tell us whether he or the Premier or the Minister of Finance will be pleased to cut the ribbon on these new opulent $40+ million office suites, or, Speaker, will it include the entire Cabinet or the entire Liberal caucus, who will then celebrate this kind of incompetency, scandal and waste? Who will it be?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, you know, on this side of the House, we are very proud of a record in government where we have the lowest per capita spending of any province, the best value for tax dollars in Canada. We are very proud of the billion-dollar renovation partnership we have with the City of Toronto and others, and the restoration of the old, historic Grand Trunk Railway offices, which are heritage properties, which we committed to do. We are recovering from the party opposite that filled in subways and froze GO Transit, underinvested in GO Transit. The member opposite was the Minister of Transportation, who oversaw the growth of Toronto's congestion problems, the loss of billions of dollars, and now slags public services, and is now joined by the third party in thinking everyone's a taxpayer and no one's a citizen, people who know the price of everything and the value of nothing, Mr. Speaker. I am proud of our record and the public servants in Ontario.
New question, the member from Plymouth State.